Okay, so Dwarven Quarry. Usually I introduce this map at the beginning, but right now we start in 2 seconds, so I don't have time to give you a fly over the map, so we're gonna look at it as the match unfolds here. So
Yeah, so War Inc. Red, Pub Masters blue. All teams full. So last match was just a disconnect.
yeah, and All Stars had a really good start here at the beginning, but Wang actually managed to put that on hold for a second, but now they're gaining again. Warring under pressure here, although not gaining anything back here.
Yeah, both teams are still out of class points, so we don't see anything very spectacular soon. But
I already see here in the Twitch chat people are actually voting voting for All Stars. We have one guy here. Hard to read with that screaming green. But anyway, so Wang now under taking back control over that point. So
yes, defenders are starting to set up their fortified position and removing the all-star totem next to the capture point.
Yeah, Pupmaster now here back to the start really, but we can see already the zapper here. This is what we're talking about before. So this actually saves you a long. The teleporter of the zapper actually saves you a long walk.
And the blue team lost one player now. Someone disconnected.
Yeah, but so far it's actually.
So it might be hard for the attackers now as they are in numerical disadvantage.
I'm actually glad that Wang showed up because the other day I actually heard rumors about, hey, we don't know whether Wang is still existing, but apparently they're doing very well here tonight in this first round of the Grand League.
So All Stars are gaining ground slowly, very slowly, but they are gaining the first point.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far yet because still Wang has a. They don't panic at all. So right now, also is not gaining any more. Just
Yeah, they are respawning now. There's
though
quite a
right
large
though
drop there
right
and well-placed teleport.
although right now everybody was frozen there on the ground, so nobody could actually push back or take back there.
Yeah, it's basically going left-right, slightly gaining, cleaning, slightly gaining, and now it's clean.
Yeah, now we're back to the beginning again, back to start, back to the drawing board. Wang doing very well in defending that point.
Yeah, All Stars is back in full setup. The missing player
But right now,
reconnected.
Wang is actually proving that they are not only good in attacking on like we've seen in the last two
Yeah.
rounds, but actually capable of defending this point very well, I have to say. Here we're
Yeah.
although now this might be the
The
situation.
all-star team of the Pub Master
Oh,
clan
Wang now taking.
is now showing that they are not only good at defending, but they can push hard too.
Yeah, but Wang now actually managed to get a mortar there over there, so this might change it again. Although it's
Mortar
now
got frozen and it's being smashed.
still shooting there, although.
That's going to cost a lot of class points if they do that.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But Wang
It's still there.
yeah, but Wang wasn't able to clean this point so far, so
Yeah.
still Wang Pupmaster still has a foot in the door, as we say in German. Not sure whether
Yeah,
that is.
Well, there's a lot of freezing. That's all I can tell right now because there were situations where both teams were frozen at the same time, basically,
Yeah,
and I think the mortar is gone now.
pretty remarkable. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, Miss Holly from War Inc. is dead.
Now respawning there, and here the
3/4 of the point captured.
next Skyfire here from Warring coming in. And still doesn't clean the situation for War Inc. really, so pressure is still up.
Yeah, the pubmasters managed to freeze the War Inc. free frost switch for a while.
And in this situation, I have to say the Paladin of
And it's
Pubmasters
gone.
is doing a very good job here. And point 2 right over here. And let's see who's gonna be first. Pubmaster coming in.
Going to be pubmasters, but
Well,
only one of them is in, and I think, oh, yeah, it's
yeah.
frost switch. They are trying to troll it a little bit. It was basically very good move. The frost switch got to the point first and started freezing it, so any potential defender that could try to stop the capturing would be instantly frozen and smashed from range.
Yeah, but Warring did a very good job in the first point here. Now it's surprising how long it took Pubmaster to actually get to the first point and now to the second point. But right now we'll see how fast, whether Pubmaster can actually speed up things, or whether we're going to see another 10 minutes where they try to get this point here.
Yeah, Warring just cleaned the capture.
Yeah, but everything in red here. Nali coming in, is one of the frost witches of War Inc. And All Stars here trying hard to get that point, but so far Wang managed to actually constantly have a player on the point right now. They're actually getting some more of this point, but now Wang just stopped that progress over there.
It's still going on though, very slowly. Few ticks.
There we go.
And it's gone. Yeah.
That was so. Next point is actually the hardest on this map, at least from my opinion. Especially when you see that on a public game, usually this is like Gunner's paradise.
Yeah, true. Yeah, War Inc. Is already preparing defense. Their frost switch stayed behind, frozen the attacking team, so they could get some time.
I hope nobody's getting sick by this camera movement. Yeah, and we can see up here War Inc. already having their sister fire up there. So everything is gonna be fortified here. As I said, in the public queues, you usually see a lot of gunners in these corners over here. Obviously, in a tournament team setup, or in a where you don't necessarily have gunners in the team, this is slightly different.
That's actually very interesting because Gunner is right now the top 1 class in this game, like population-wise, one of the top 2, equal with the Inquisitors, and we see almost no Inquisitors and no Gunners in the tournament setups.
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
but I have to say, to be honest, when I started playing Panzer, I started with a gunner as well, and right now I'm more enjoying my frost witch actually.
We had in Grand League, I think we had only one team with Inquisitor we were observing, I think.
Yeah, well, Inquisitor is more common than gunner, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, but who knows? This might change with the new teams coming in next week. They might actually change this tradition.
Yeah. Talking about the patch, we already show on forum some tidbits of it. We mainly will include changing in the crafting system.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see. And so far, we actually got nice feedback on that from what I heard at least. People looking forward to that, especially to the changes regarding the upgrading of items, which will be changed as well with the new crafting system. But Wang trying really hard and very to actually protect this, and now All Stars is actually managing to make some progress here.
Yeah, there was a lot of capture stopping by the warring by sequentially firing freezes by their frost switches, but now their frost switches got frozen for a while, and the pub masters managed to clean the point for a while.
Yeah, but
And captured almost 2/3 of the required points. It's very interesting and hard to see right now what's going on slightly.
Warring is from as far as I can see it actually close to the defending team is actually closer to this point. So the question in this is always whether how quick can the attacking team actually get their players back to the ground once they have to respawn.
Yeah, and we are down to the next point. We have nice view. I don't know if Gabe is showing you this, but I have a nice view of almost full blue team taking the train to the next point.
Actually, the smoke was in the way on our stream here. But you can see the red teleport up there. Actually, that is quite a nice spot.
Yeah.
So here we go. Also pushing hard. But that Skyfire from Warring actually forces many of them out of the point. So far everything safe for Warring. Next train is coming soon.
Yeah. Next train to dodge. A lot of melee going around the capture point.
Well, right now it looks like Alligator Skin is actually the only one from Master next. Oh, great freezers over there, and there we go. The rest of the bunch.
Yeah, the blue sapper got into position to
Yeah,
the
teleporter
totem.
on, right on the fence there. A teleporter.
So blue team is getting into attacking position, but the red team is pushing to clean the point.
Yeah, Alligator Skin.
We'll see if they manage it. Now that was nice freeze.
And we have another mortar over here. Pupmaster actually got one in, so this is now in favor for the attacking team here.
Yeah, the mortar is in very interesting position. It's going to be hard to get to it for the warring.
Well, interesting enough, actually, Miss Holy has one mortar over there as well, so both teams have a mortar, which equals things out again.
And now I think the train will be in the way. Oh, maybe not. Though the teleporter for the blue team helps defending the mortar a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, although you don't have gunners in here, as a gunner, you usually want to put your. If you're not sure where to put your turret, you really should put it somewhere where people actually pass by. So if somebody is attacking your turret, they will just jump on them on their way to the action. But right now, actually, Popmaster is gaining some ground there.
Yeah, the mortar support helps them a lot. And their frost witch is defending the mortar right now, with Alligator helping the frost witch.
Yeah, but now everything back to normal here. So Warring back in business, everything under control. And
yeah, now Alligator got a very narrow escape from the speeding train. But Warring got their aim. They cleaned the point again.
yeah, and Warring still has.
I don't see their mortar anymore.
I just saw it there.
Oh, there it is. In the bush hidden.
Yeah, hidden, Miss Holy hidden in the bush. And now the teleport is missing for also, so the Zephyr should hurry up in building one again, because that takes a long time to get.
Beelzebub and Ariel, Ariral, I think so. Just cleaned the attacker's teleport and mortar. Though the blue team just lost a player again.
Alligator Skin
It's 9 versus 10 since
is demanding to kill the mortar there from War Inc., which is I can imagine that mortar of War Inc. is quite a long while on the map already. I mean, they really should take it out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And Pupmaster here, Frost Switch trying to clean, gaining some ground now for Pupmaster there.
Yeah, but that was more accident by the lone retreating
I have to say
member, but
I have to say it is amazing how long Miss Holy is holding on that mortar there. It is.
But he's getting a lot of protection from his.
Well,
team.
now it's gone. Now
It's gone, but.
I mean, as if the mortar is in your team, you really should defend it. No doubt about it. I mean, that is a powerful weapon on the battlefield.
Point almost captured. The pub masters now use a lot of heavy artillery to clean the point.
Yeah, but they really need to get reinforcements in there. So right now it's only Alligator Skin, I believe. No, Snooky is there as well, and Great Freezer.
Yeah, point is 2/3 captured, but the Warring is now counter-attacking very strongly.
Miss Holy placing some traps there now that the mortar is gone.
Yeah, but
next Skyfire here from War Inc.
Yeah, again. I want to say that the pub masters are losing a lot when the terrain does not support Alligator Blood with his fishing. It's very strong point of the team, really.
It is. I mean, Alligator Skin is a really strong player here, and but so far Pupmaster managed to keep that position on the point, although the Skyfire of War Inc. hit.
Yeah, they got the point.
So now it's the last point on this map.
13 minutes left.
And this one is not easy to defend, I have to say.
Also, there's only just a handful of the Warring who respawn. The rest is still waiting.
Yeah, that is not the best position there for Warring at the moment. Now respawning there. But as I said, this position, this point doesn't give you any cover really to defend.
There's very interesting teleport placement on the blue team behind the capture point. I think one is there to separate teleports. Oh, and they exploded just.
I just rebuild it somewhere else, right next to the point actually. So now Pupmaster here gaining on the point. The question is, can War Inc. now respawning needs to get up there to stop actually Pupmaster from winning this point, but too late.
It's over.
So Pupmaster won this first round against War Inc. The first round in our best out of 5 final of the first.
After the very strong defense of the first point in last round, now they showed they really can push through.
Yeah, well, and on the other hand, War Inc. actually proven that they can defend, although they now defeated.
Point proved to be extremely hard to defend. I mean, they defended the fourth point for few good minutes, but the last one was gone in a Augenblick.
Augenblick. Just a moment.
Yeah, just in short moment, they just pushed and it was gone.
Yeah.
But the game started, so Pub Masters are defending, War Inks attacking as a blue team, Pub Masters are red. For short explanation, Pub Masters are the clan and All-Star is the team. And War Inc is very simple because both the clan and team is called War Inc. So we have a initial skirmish going around the point. Both teams don't have the clan class points to do much yet, but that's going to change very, very fast. We have first totems getting in, for now for the defenders only. Oh, the attackers also got one. So they are going to use a lot of power attacks. Yeah, I want to have very nice freeze for the attackers now. Though it was kind of defensive one because the attacking team was already frozen and the points half captured.
Yeah, that was pretty quick here. I'm still trying to figure out where Warring actually put their teleport spot.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I'm not sure where that is there. I just
They
saw
are
the...
losing many people, so it's hard to spot from where they are coming.
Well, right now it looks like the teleport is down anyway, so forget about that.
Yeah, that was very nice fishing for the War Inc. They fished out the player that was blocking the point capture and finished the capture.
Yeah, that was really...
Very well played indeed.
Yeah, very nice indeed.
Now we have another Frost Switch versus Sister of Fire 1-of-1 duel, which was interrupted
Well, apparently...
by the incoming friends.
Apparently Allstars is missing one player at the moment.
Yeah. That's happening to every team once in a while, sadly. Someone is disconnecting and it takes a while for him to get back.
Actually, I would like to file a public complaint about my colleague here, who just served us ice cream and now is eating the ice cream in front of us while we're streaming here, looking at the pile of ice cream next to us. So, very nice indeed, mister. Very nice. If you guys on the stream actually feel for us, just send an email and explaining that to communityeu@panzar.com. Thank you very much.
Anyway, back to the game. The red team is trying to mount some kind of defense, but War Inks are showing that the steamroll over their enemies in last round was not just an accident. They are pushing very, very hard. They have very nice team play, very nice feel of each other, and if they were strong defending in the last round against the All-Stars, they are now attacking with...
Warring is in a good position right now, actually.
Yeah, they got half of the point almost.
Yeah, but this... You know, freezing again, Skyfire is helping them actually, so Pupmaster didn't really have a chance to gain that point back, so now it's point 3 to go for.
That's what I'm saying, they are very, very well coordinated while attacking, but this point is going to be different because of its nature. Let's see how they do with this one. With that huge rock grinder.
I have to say actually that...
Only one of them just died.
Yeah, Globy just was a bit over excited, I would say, or uber excited.
Yeah, the War Inks are getting into the point using the fact that most of the All-Stars are still respawning and on the way. They have slight numerical advantage now. But that's now changing.
And Wang trying hard here to push Pupmaster out of the point. Looking
And
good,
they are
looking good, very good actually. Now they are actually actually turning
And it's
around,
gone. That
turning
was fast.
turning around the attacking position into a defending position very nicely done. So that point was taken very quickly.
And now we have train to victory, I think.
We're gonna see. Well, so both teams so far, both teams are doing very well in attacking, obviously.
Yeah, this point was the strongest point held by the War Inc. last round.
Let's see whether we're gonna see two mortars facing each other again.
Yeah. This position is, I think, the best defense point on this map anyway. So Pubmasters showed that given good position they can defend if they can set up, but I think the War Inc. has too much.
This is quick, this is quick. The
Yeah.
point is already gone.
They gathered too much kinetic energy and they are just rolling over the map.
By the way, I would like to mention that the ice cream is melting in front of me.
Yeah, and they're already capturing the last point before the
Yeah.
Pubmasters actually managed to get there. The point is quarter gone.
It is really. They were really rushing. Now Potmas is really in a very good position.
Interesting sandwich. There were like 3 of the War Inc., the Pubmasters, and the rest of the War Inc.
And now Wank trying to push here again. Potmaster
Yeah,
actually
Pubmasters cleaned the point,
very well cleaned actually.
but it wasn't for long. It's already half gone.
And it's
That's one third gone.
Snitsky trying to install the teleport over there now, and Skyfire there from Wank.
I'm still waiting to get a nice mortar from one of the teams, but I don't think I will get it this round. Every single member that can get into the point is rushing to the point.
Well, you never know really, because Nitsky is gaining some class points there. I'm pretty certain about that.
Yeah, their bot teams use a lot of teleports. There are totems still there. The Warring teleport is already gone, but where is the exit now? I can't find it. The entrance is right under the arch, but
I mean the blue teleport.
yeah, where's the exit of the blue teleport? I see the entrance, but I
Well,
can't find the exit.
well hidden. If we can't
Yeah.
find it with spectator mode, then they found the right spot.
Yeah, but you need to say Pubmasters are doing much better job defending the last point than the Warring did.
Yeah, that is true. And as I said, now you see your mortar over there.
Yeah.
And as I say, this point is actually pretty hard to defend because you don't, it has no cover at all for your teammates unless you have the tanks doing their job.
Yeah, but 2 frost witches frozen each other here around the mortar. There's a lot of action going, trying to kill the mortar, trying to defend the mortar. But they oh, the mortar is gone. What a shame.
That was quicker than last time.
Yeah, it was standing much closer and
Yeah, we see
let's see
Warring.
what's going on. Pubmasters are trying to concentrate around the tank who is defending the point.
Warring just respawned, coming in now, so
Now I see the teleport exit.
yeah.
It was just killed, I guess, and they put it in a place much easier to find.
I mean, Pubmaster is doing a very good job here defending this point, but the question is, can they actually keep up with that for the next 11.5 minutes? And that is quite a long time.
That's going to be difficult. If Warring managed to regroup and attack again in one strong wave, they might clean them.
Here now we have some.
And yeah, the ice cream are melting.
Thank you.
Yeah, there were temporary cap tries to clean the point from the warring, but for now they are not succeeding. It's a longer while actually. Now we have alligator skin inside the point.
Yeah, reinforcements coming in for warring there. Not using the teleport though.
Because the exit is behind teleport. For some reason.
Okay, now
And
it's...
now they place the exit somewhere else.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where again.
well, just next to the point over here, well now it's gone.
Oh
Was
yeah, that was fast.
Miss Holy moving the teleport every now and then.
And they managed to gather small way into the 5th point, but Pubmasters cleaned that again. I wonder if the warring are just trying to gather enough class points to mount another blitzkrieg.
I'm not...
With the high class points.
Well, if they wanted to...
Yeah, they are doing it now, I think. They have mortar somewhere. Or that's Pubmaster's mortar.
Yeah, that is Pubmaster's mortar. For warring, if they wanted to gain class points, I believe the teleport is not exactly where you wanted it to
fight
be.
is moving around the mortar again, so they
Well,
might actually use that as a diversion.
Right now it looks good. Warring actually gaining.
Yeah, I see where the teleport is now.
And still, the mortar of Pubmaster is still out there.
Yeah, but it's frozen now again.
Yeah, not for long though.
Frost Witch was steamrolled. But it held the mortar for a short while, enough for the warring to respawn.
Well, but warring still has managed to keep that part of the capture point there.
Pubmaster's paladin just killed the warring teleport behind the hidden behind the rocks.
And warring also, I mean, taking back the point there, so everything is back to start. 8.5 minutes to go. And it is surprising.
And now warring has one player advantage again.
It is quite surprising how long Pubmaster can keep up this defense up here.
Let's see if the... I think right now the problem the warring have, they're attacking in small groups, not really keeping together what they did when they captured last four points. But that might change now. They're trying to lure Pubmasters outside the point and are swarming those who tried to do that.
Yeah, now they are trying to gain some class points there for their mortar, for their sapper.
Sapper is alone, hitting everyone he can. Now he died. Pubmasters put the teleport right behind the capture point, and are regrouping inside.
So I have to say, I already struggle. I mean, we've seen this in Summer League and Champions Cup as well, Summer Champions Cup, that people are actually farming those class points for their sapper. I mean, this is, well, for the player it is beneficial, obviously, but for streaming, for watching it, it is kind of boring. I have to say.
Look what is really going there. They are going right through the teleport, in and out.
Yeah, that's to farm class points. Yeah.
They are building the class points for sappers really now. I wonder if they are trying to build one for the Fire Witch too, so she can start with the Skyfire and then mount a...
Yeah, well that they can't. I mean, the team can't really help her to gain class points, but for the zapper, they can.
For the sapper they can, but
obviously, All Stars is doing. Well, right now it's time going, or it's working in Pubmaster's favor. Let's say, put it that way. Unless.
Yeah, I agree to that. After very strong attack on first 4 points,
And now we actually have a mortar from Pubmaster up here on the hill firing into the spawn. So that took a bit too long for Warink.
Though that might be planned. If they kill that mortar, the Pubmaster Supper might be out of class points.
Oh, yeah.
That might be their aim. They try to get their class points for themselves, make the Pubmasters use there, and then try to mount a strong blitzkrieg offensive.
Well, I don't know whether that was actually planned or not, but anyway, the question is how long can Warink hold in case they get a mortar, how long they gonna actually hold on to that.
Warren's Supper is doing something complicated. Now making a teleport, I think. No, mortar.
Now he
They are
could.
getting Warring mortar now.
So defended by a Frost Witch there, Alan Shan.
They have Pubmasters are charging to the mortar. Warring Frost Witch is defending it.
So nobody cares about the point anymore, everybody's going for the mortar.
Everyone run for the hill. Nali was around the point trying to freeze the...
There comes Warink here.
And now Warring attacks strongly. Let's see if that will be enough. 1/3 point captured.
Yeah, but Warink had now actually the disadvantage, so to speak, that Pubmaster respawned quite quickly.
Yeah, Pubmaster Paladin is trying to kill the mortar. That was a Frost Witch there, but it was fifth by the tank.
Yeah, but Pubmaster will try everything to get rid of that mortar, that's for sure.
There's only one Warring Orc around the point now.
And actually I believe it is gone.
Managed to get the mortar now.
Yeah, that didn't work out that well. 4 minutes to go for Warink. And
Warring are trying really hard, but the Pubmasters are showing exactly the same way they defended that first point on the jungle.
Here comes the
fortress.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Warring doesn't really have enough time to farm enough class points for another mortar.
Yeah,
So
I think so. I'm looking at the score. The Pubmaster Supper have 1,000 more points than Miss Holly, the Warring Supper.
yeah, it is quite a difference there. That's true. Although both of them were actually using mortar, and
I think that mortars on the earlier points might be
but
reason.
yeah, and on the other hand, there are two totems on the capture point right now. So
totems, traps, teleports. Yeah, judging from points, their Pubmaster Paladin is also doing slightly better.
but right now, Warring is actually gaining some ground there. Globy
I think
just
it's only temporary due to the respawn of Pubmaster's main force.
yeah, now
Yeah, they just respawned and cleaned.
there we go again. So Pubmaster is doing very well. I mean, they defend this for how long already? More than 10 minutes.
I mean, Warring were very close to capture it in the beginning, but then Pubmasters consolidated their defense and are showing that they are very good at it.
Well, now we have a steam hammer here from All Stars actually.
Yeah,
So
that's the same tactics we saw in the semi-final.
the question is, can they defend it? Because obviously Warring's gonna try to take that out as quick as possible to be able to use their Frost Witches. One and a half minutes to go, and right now it
Hammer is still alive.
doesn't look
No, it's gone now.
doesn't necessarily look like Warring is able to turn this around.
Now we have Skyfire, but I don't think it was enough to break Pubmaster defense. Alligator Skin and 4x4 are doing very good job controlling the point.
Yeah, Pubmaster in general is doing a very well practice round, I would almost say, in showing us how to defend this point.
Yeah. Very educational, I would say.
Yes. 30 seconds for Wang.
30 seconds,
So
yeah.
they really, this is like one of the last chances to turn this around, but I don't see that happen.
Yeah. Excellent job by the Pubmaster Frost Witches. They are timing their freezes very well.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
last 4
Hold on.
seconds. Let's see.
Hold on.
Waring is pushing hard.
This is quite amazing. Now, so the
First gun.
timer is down now, so 0
Yeah.
on the timer, but Wang still having a good.
Slight hold of the point.
Well, it's more than just a slide. I mean, they can still win this, turn this around, as long as they actually keep pushing and getting Pubmaster out of it. We're starting
They
to
are
fish,
trying.
to fish, and they turn it. There we go.
Got it. That was
Very well played, Wang. Very well played.
Yeah. Last second push. Actually, minus second push.
That was really unexpected, I have to say. The ball is, or the Meteor is going to be down here at the beginning, or spawning up here at those two sides, one of those. So there's only one ball, don't get me wrong here. Which the only problem with these second, or with the basement, as I would call it, is for streaming it is kind of strange, because you always actually move into walls, which might be a problem, but I hope we can manage that.
Yeah, so you already saw first player taking the ball. It's Ariel, but it's frozen now. For those who just joined, we are having all-stars in the blue team and War Inc. in the red team this time.
Yes, I'm working on that. Now it's right.
Okay, so the ball is in the hands of the... Oh, let me see that. The ball just got dropped as the ball carrier was smashed to pieces.
Okay, now it's all stars. Well, lost it again. So this is kind of, yeah, this is something I don't. Now we're getting down here, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, the ball indicator turns into the color of the team that is carrying it, so it helps a little bit.
Especially down here, when you don't really see who is who, or which body part belongs to which player.
But now War Inks are carrying the ball. I think the Ariel is designated ball carrier for the blue team, red team, sorry.
Yeah, usually it's either a tank or Frost, which can actually exactly do this what Ariel is doing now. Just
now it's Miss Holly, the sapper. Jumps down but gets smashed.
And
yeah, Alligator Skin got the ball. Could you explain the scoring, please?
Scoring is pretty simple. As soon as one team is the blue team would have to carry the ball over there to the red over here to the red gate over here, and the red team actually needs to do the opposite, so carrying it over here to the blue team's goal. And as soon as you carry it into that goal, you're gonna score.
Yeah, that's now we have a lot of fighting here. Pubmasters brought the ball about 3 meters forward.
Yes.
And now their sapper is carrying it, trying to push through the middle of the field.
Well, finally, Pubmaster actually managed to get the ball out of their half of the field, or carrying it there over the middle line, or however you want to call it. So they're getting closer to the red
yeah, and
goal.
As the players are gathering their class points, we should be able to see some rule breaking in the regular sport, but totally legal moves here.
Well, I think we've seen if you refer this to football or soccer as the
Yes.
Americans would say, I think we saw quite a few rule breaking here already.
The 4x4, the other tank for the Pub Masters, is very close to the goal now.
And we see the sandstorm is actually starting already, meaning that the zombies should appear pretty soon, which will attack the team carrying the ball towards the opponent's team. So the blue team would be attacked on this half
Now
of
the
the.
ball is back in the red team possession, but the blue team is fighting over it very strong. There is a berserker which was trying to get the ball carrier, but the frost witch now is in control of the area, I guess. Still T8 is going forward.
Yeah, 4x4 now taking it back to the.
It's 4x4 again with alligator skin protecting him with his magic shield. And Warring is smashing him as hard as they can.
Well,
5 minutes left.
Warring here having an advantage because of that teleporter over there.
Yeah. Could you explain what happens if the game ends with a draw?
Well, usually that shouldn't happen, but usually when that happens, the team with the most experience points gained during the match will be the winner of the
Okay.
game. And PLR Partisan actually all by himself up there, so no. Oh, here we go. Now he's some company.
Yeah, the ball is pretty close to the Pub Masters' goal, but they are in control again. They just swarmed over the ball. And we saw just one of the high CP spells. And the red team is with the ball again.
Yeah, real
Ariel again.
just sneaked
Nicely
in.
dodging the Paladin.
Yeah, but now, yeah.
Yeah, but got swarmed and overpowered. The 80 was trying to get the ball but got frozen.
So right now the points are actually
4-1 trying to sneak with the ball.
in favor of All Stars at this point.
Yeah, and heavily I would say.
So I really would like.
But the little Supper was trying to get away with the ball and then got frozen again. And we have 4x4 carrying the ball to the red goal.
Yeah, but Warring really wants to make to score here on this map, because otherwise they
will be in disadvantage. 3 minutes left.
Especially because the next map, as far as I remember, is going to be a domination map, I believe. Might be wrong though, so we will see very quickly.
Pubmasters are in possession again, but got toasted.
Yeah.
Alligator Skin got the ball, but he's coming back to his own goal.
2.5 minutes.
He's picking up and dropping the ball all in very quick successions. Now Gobi got it. He's trying to get past the freezing of the Pubmaster's Frost Switch. He's dodging the most of enemy team by changing the attack route. But it didn't work.
And was running right into the respawning horde. Yeah, that's bad luck, I would say.
Yeah. Ariel again with the ball and again dropping it down of the temple almost.
Getting a Skyfire here from War Inc.
Yeah, but Alligator Skin is basically not really impressed by the Skyfires.
No, not really. 1.5 minutes for Woink to score. Otherwise, I would say this is in favor of All Stars still. Yes, it is.
Yeah, clearly.
But they really fortified the blue gate there. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Royal again going very close to the goal. Let's see if she managed to score.
She would need.
Extremely close, but they managed to defend it for now. Though the ball carrier couldn't get through.
Well, they could easily. I mean, the
T80 is going with the ball. That's a tank. He might be able to survive long enough to score. And
you need to actually
no,
go. You need to get in the goal, and you.
yeah, Royal is going from the other side.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's legal.
that is legal, and that is completely. Well, that's the first thing I would do as well, actually.
And they scored.
So first score, and I believe that is the decision already
Yeah.
for War Inc.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. I don't know if Pubmasters will be able to push.
No, definitely not. So the ball respawned over there now, you see, and War Inc. already got their hands on it, but I don't think that the score will actually change. So War Inc. is definitely taking this map.
Yeah, that's going to turn interesting. I mean, by the points, they were losing very, very hard, and then suddenly they just managed to get the ball to the...
Yeah, but that's what matters on this map. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter how many experience points or how many kills you have, as long as your team has more goals scored, you're winning.
And that's it. We're standing in the point without any enemies present. Is scoring the points. You get more points, more people are inside, of course. And the game started.
And here we go. And I have to actually check whether my color setting is correct.
So let's see. The blue team is the All-Star,
And then,
the red team is War Inc.
alright, then I'm safe.
So War Inc. were in very short leads, but well, basically it's like you need to score 500 points, so this score now is a trifle in the grand scheme of all things. But we are already seeing some supper action, totems for both sides around it.
Yeah.
And both teams are too busy killing each other to actually destroy enemy totem. We should see teleports soon.
Well, it's surprising that we don't see them already. Well, they're building over there, but destroyed. Now a Skyfire here. I don't really know which side it is. Let me check. It looks like War Inc.
Yeah, for now, the Pubmasters are winning by 30 points. It's not much.
Yeah, it
The
is.
game is still early, but for them, it's a win or basically all or nothing scenario right now.
Well,
If they lose, they're out.
yeah, All Stars really needs to score here on this map. Otherwise, that's it. But again, they already have. I mean, they already get a decent price,
Yeah.
decent pocket money there.
We see the War Inc. teleport now.
Do we?
Yeah, do we? Upstairs around the Cocorico Sister of Fire that's bombarding.
Oh,
the
there you mean.
victory
Yeah.
point.
Now we got it as well.
I was speaking generally.
Alright, All Stars here in the lead, 70 points, 80 points by now. Looks like, well,
So now they are getting in the lead.
well we said that the other two rounds as well, and then
Yeah.
Warwick actually surprised us there. So you'll never know what's gonna happen here tonight.
There is still War Inc. Totem, but now it's 150 points. It's getting hard.
Yeah, but still 10 minutes to go, and
And the War Inc. and the Pubmasters are still 300 points away from victory, I know.
all War Inc. just wants to play that upcoming King of the Hill map.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Though that Skyfire actually might disapprove my opinions.
So 180 points to 24 here for War Inc. Right now nobody's gaining points. So both teams actually having member on the point
And
now.
now excellent freeze for RIO.
Yeah,
Really good one.
that is good indeed. War Inc.
Teams are smashing each
Well,
other.
War Inc. now gaining some points there.
Yep, but Pubmaster counterattacked.
Question is, where is the reinforcement?
They got the respawn in. Respawn wave, I should say. Yeah, but
Well, War Inc. now gaining points again. I mean,
I must say, War Inc. when they regroup and attack as a full team, they are unstoppable.
yeah, they do pretty well. But I remember in the last rounds of the Summer League, War Inc. actually struggled exactly with that part, the grouping up. And actually, I remember on the German stream that I was actually telling or saying that I struggle to actually see the strategy in the gameplay of War Inc. in the last two rounds of the Summer League, I believe. But they really improved here.
Yeah, basically, if they are able to regroup, then their next attack is very powerful. But then when they are split, they cannot do anything.
Yeah, it is. It is really as well as the entire game team play, and if something is wrong with the communication within the team, however that's going to be, I assume, TeamSpeak or Ventrilo or whatnot.
When it works, they are unstoppable. But then something happens and they are struggling for a while again.
And
Now again, 250 points lead for the Pubmasters.
Yeah, Pubmaster is gaining points there again, stopping War Inc. there from there.
They are getting desperate anyway. 100 points from the victory for Pubmasters.
Yeah, I think this is.
And they are still holding the point.
But they,
getting hard.
but War Inc. has a mortar now.
Yep.
So this might change things. Although they can actually just block it with the tank there as a.
I don't think so. They can block it from this angle. Oh no!
Alligator's good is.
That's what Alligator is doing now, but he got smashed around.
Yeah, but so far nobody's gaining points. So 7.5 minutes to go. But All Stars only needing 70 points there. So.
Ariel is trying to freeze them, and now another excellent land freeze for him. But there was no follow-up, sadly. I think that's what they are missing. They are getting very good freezes, very good get-ins, and when they are sometimes they're just lacking the follow-up. When they follow up, they win. 50 points between Pub Inc. and the victory in this round, so we might see the equalizer in the general score.
Yeah, make it
36 points.
Make it a draw, meaning that we go to see the last round as well,
Yeah.
like the fifth map of this final. But War Inc. now actually having the teleporter there in the tree. I don't know whether you can see that there.
There's only 30 points for the Pubmasters.
Yeah, it's
basically few kills can change it.
Yes, indeed. 20 points to go for 4 All Stars. 17, 10,
Now
8.
9, 1.
Yeah, this is
They
it.
got 501 points already.
So this is, well, All Stars coming back here.
So we have equalizer. There is usually in the regular matchmaker games a lot of gunners setting up around the point. You won't see it here, obviously, as none of the teams fielded a gunner.
There we go. Okay. Blue's taking the shortcut here through the gates. Popmaster, indeed. So our
Where's the rest of Warwings? Oh, they went around. Okay.
yeah. So Popmaster already taking some control of the point there.
But no one is scoring yet.
Also, what needs to be said is actually nobody will respawn until this control
Yeah.
point is taken.
So now War Inc. is in slightly disadvantaged position. They already lost 4 players. 5 to only 2 of the All-Stars killed.
Yeah, but All-Stars is not taking that point at the moment. Boeing still having Globy still, although frozen, still in the point or on the point.
Yeah, All-Star is getting wiped out basically. I mean Warring. Only the Supper is left.
Yeah, now we see the
And
fog coming in, and this is for streaming quite...
No! They didn't take it.
No, they didn't. Not yet. Well, no, they didn't.
The tank is still there. What did now happen?
Well, they're just not taking it.
Okay.
No, they're fortifying first. They're closing the gates
Yeah.
before they actually take the point.
The enemy
And-
will all respawn at the same time, so...
And Neffy is asking whether they should farm for class points for the mortar already, as you can see in the chat there. So they gonna wait now until they have enough class points. No 4x4 is...
The snowstorm is gone.
Yeah, well... This is very interesting to watch as a stream.
Well, when the smog or the mists are in, well, basically there's not much to watch anyway.
Well, even within the team, somebody said this is a bit lame, as we can just saw there. Well, it is at least not very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Anyway, the red team is going to respawn as soon as the blue team will give us that satisfaction and capture the point finally, not just get it to 99% and leave it. They're building a lot of... They're building Steamhammer now.
Yeah, they're fortifying
and
there.
Fortifying it. And farming class points for the Supper.
Yeah, this is...
That's going to take a while, I suppose. What I like the graphic effect of the Steamhammer. If you see that after the shockwave, there is dust falling from the ceiling of the gate.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here right now,
They are
because
farming class points, so the Supper...
yeah, yes, I do understand, but this is
It's a little bit meta gaming, I guess.
I guess this is
I think they are trying to irate the warring.
finally now we're gonna actually see a match here.
Yeah, the game is starting again. The pubmasters managed to fortify the position pretty well with the Steamhammer teleport there. Though the teleport is teleporting them right in the same point. So I guess after the Supper dies, he will be able to change the entrance.
Yeah, but this right now is obviously I'm not sure whether how we're gonna deal with this King of the Hill situation here.
The War Ink tank tried to get the Steamhammer, but he got swarmed. There are few extra points. There are those barrels of TNT here, which you can use to destroy the steam hammer if you play it well. And I see the pub masters are actually going to defend them. They are blocking the bridges, basically.
Boy, it's gonna have a hard time now to actually defend it, to actually break through this.
One of interesting points of this map is the spawn point depends on who keeps the point. The winner have the spawn points behind the gates, and the one who's attacking spawns behind those bridges.
Well, Wang has a very interesting teleport spot there.
Didn't see it yet.
It's gonna be destroyed pretty soon. It is destroyed already.
100-point lead for the pub masters.
Yeah, but the steam hammer is gone. So next thing should be the mortar up there. And it's actually falling down now into the arena.
Yeah. But the advantage is rising.
Yeah,
Now
they
are capturing now.
are actually taking some
A
points.
little bit.
Well, they need to actually get the point, otherwise the points are still ticking for Pubmaster there.
Yeah.
And yet Nitsky still has his mortar now he lost it, so the mortar is gone as well.
The visibility is falling.
Yeah, that means we just have to get a bit closer.
There is teleport behind the corner for the War Inc.
And another Skyfire there on the right. It's harder to see right now from a streamer's perspective.
Yeah, you can get out of the capture area, and there is no mist there. So
yeah, well,
and there is some fighting going around the teleport for War Inc.
207 points.
Getting almost full team inside.
300 points to go for All Stars there to win this match and the final, for that matter.
Let's see what's going on here. The mist receded, so we have some visibility finally. There is another steam hammer for the blue team.
Gone.
But they still have teleport inside.
Yeah, it's true. Although they're
no, it's gone to the War Inc. Sister of Fire is doing a lot of demolition work today.
yeah, but Janitsky is already preparing the next steam hammer over there, so
Yeah.
you should have plenty of class points.
Yeah, the Pubmaster Sisters of Fire just whacked the Warring Supper on the podders here.
Yeah, War Inc. Well, slightly, yeah.
Warring is trying to get the point, but the Pubmasters are defending it very, very well.
280 points here for zero. Oh, now this is
now they have 3, and there is again Frost Switch there. Very close for the Warring, but not enough.
Skyfire there, coming in from War Inc.
I thought it was Pubbing Skyfire.
No, that is...
Pubmaster Skyfire.
Yeah, so now both sides actually have Skyfire in there, because Ali's skin is on fire as well.
Yeah, a lot of barbecue.
Yeah.
There is Warring teleport exit now, right outside. No, it's not. It's the Pubmaster's teleport right outside it. The Warring is trying to kill it, but that explains the sudden wave of reinforcement they got.
Let's switch perspective
And the Warring
here.
are trying again, but Alligator Skin is in the middle and is doing very good work tanking.
Yeah, Warring really has a hard time to get in there.
I think we're going to see another Steam Hammer soon.
Yeah, there you go. Warring getting some
Yep, there it is.
points.
But Warring did manage to capture 1/3 of the point again. But right now is only 130 points between Pub Masters and the victory in the whole tournament today.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. They can have 500 points, and as soon as
I
they
know.
actually...
But still, they're very, very close now.
Warring's holding. Reinforcements coming.
It will depend whose reinforcements are getting killed
And the
first. And Pub
Skyfire.
Masters are going to clean it, I think.
Yeah, Skyfire there from All Stars.
Yeah.
And 402 points
No.
already.
No, fully cleaned.
Yeah, no,
No.
almost.
Still, Warwick is holding a little bit of it. So even if the Pubmaster score 500 points now, the game won't end until this one is cleaned.
Yeah, that is pretty much correct. Now it's cleaned. 428 points there for All
Yeah,
Stars.
basically 70 seconds till the victory for the Pubmasters, unless Warwick managed to get the control of the point.
Which they did 2 times already, surprising us there. So you never know.
You never know. But if they are planning for the comeback, it's time for it right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree on that one. That's for sure. 40 points to go for All Stars. So if
40 seconds basically.
they don't come up with something now, Wink, I believe that was it for tonight. But still getting a lot of crystals there, even for the second place. But obviously you want to win a tournament if you sign up for it. And a mortar there from Wing now, so maybe it is actually now time to switch.
Now, yeah, they are capturing quarter captured, but only 10 points.
Well, they have to clean it.
Yeah, they have to clean it, but
They have to clean it. As long as they have somebody in the point
the
there.
mortar is no longer shooting.
Well, it's still shooting. Miss Holy is shooting there.
Oh yeah, it's shooting, but not in the middle of the field.
But we have 500 points now, and
500 and 2/3 captured by the Warring.
They might be actually able.
The Pubmasters are now swarming the middle. There's only 2 Warring players, 3 now, trying to clean it, but
Globy is frozen, Alashan is
I see
frozen.
1 tank for the Pubmasters, 1 tank for the Warring.
We have a Skyfire there, but I don't necessarily know whose that is. But right now, Wing is still holding some of it.
There's another War Ink Berserker in the middle now, but there is still a Pubmaster. I think it's tank.
Can somebody switch?
Paladin.
Can somebody switch off the fog, please?
Help. No, that was Berserker actually, I think. So we have 1 Pubmaster tank, 1 Pubmaster Berserker there, frozen right now. They are trying to break them, but
There's another
fail.
Skyfire
Basically-
from All Stars coming in there.
Yeah. The Pubmasters are doing much better in this round. They are clearly in the lead.
Well, after their advantage at the beginning,
Yeah.
this is quite a nice comeback from Warring, I have to say. I mean, once again.
There is a totem for the Pubmasters in the middle. Well,
So
will they clean it? Will they clean it?
Well, by the
or not?
by the
There's still 1 Warring player in the middle trying to freeze them and hold them.
Right now they're catching back, but by the nature of this game mode, this could take forever. this situation.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, there is still percent of the capture.
No,
But I
they're
think
they're
40
already
is
wishing
done, yeah.
they're already wishing good game.
Yeah.
Defeat.
So,
All right, so we actually have a winner here. So All Stars actually taking.
so congratulations to All Stars. Very well played in the last 2 rounds.